Back when I was flight testing helicopters, jets, other things, we learned a real quick lesson. And it's a lesson people learned decades ago. If you look back into the 50s and 60s and see test aircraft, there were some common visual things that kind of stood out. And it has to do with red. Not all flight test aircraft have red things on them. And in fact, situations where we had aircraft that went down, they didn't have red on them, whether it's a camouflage helicopter or even something gray color like this, and you couldn't find it. At least you couldn't find it right away. Why? Gray, green, or whatever it is, has a tendency to blend in to wherever it crashes, whether it's a pond, on the edge of water, in water, on the ground. You'd be surprised how easily even a big aircraft can be concealed by the environment. So what we used to do is put red on our birds so that if they did crash, you could easily find them. So that's why if you've seen my quadcopters, they have red on them. Another thing, even civilian aircraft, they have these red tags used to identify things that need to be removed before you take off. So these could be pins on ordnance, it could be covers, whatever it is. So you put these on there and they hang down. These are kind of small ones. They're actually keychain tags. Because I've got an aviation background, all my gear, luggage has these on here, so it's easy for me to identify. But I also put it on covers. On the first flight, I actually took off with this cover on. You'll get some beeping, but you can actually take off this quadcopter with this cover on. So what I did is I took just some regular electrical red tape, put it on here, so now when I start up this bird, if I see red over the camera, I know that the cover is still on, and I just take it off. The other great thing about the red tape is if you put this down on any kind of surface, this will blend in, just like the aircraft do when you crash them. I do this with a lot of photography equipment, all sorts of things. I put the red tape on there so that when I lay it down someplace, I'm not going to step on it because I can see red tape means it's part of this aircraft. On this case, on the bottom of the battery and on the side. When I bought this bird a year ago, wasn't sure that I wanted to do the Fly More battery kit. It is a good investment. This is unsponsored by DJI, by the way, that if you're going to invest this much in a bird, buy the extra batteries. And in this case, buy them from DJI, whether it's the Mini 4 Pro or the Neo. And yeah, you're getting ripped off a little bit because I'm sure it doesn't cost a tenth of what they're selling this for, but you'll just be glad that you have these extra batteries because you get in a rhythm on a beautiful day and you start flying and you just don't want to stop. Depending on what you're doing, you really want to keep the bird in the air. Landing it, swapping out the batteries, pretty painless. And the other great thing about the tape is I actually number the batteries so that I know which battery's in there and I'm not using the same battery all the time. Just a quick video and wanted to share it with everybody on how red tape and tags can be your best friend. Thumbs up and comments always appreciated. Thanks for watching. If you're interested in all sorts of flying and quadcopter tips, making and breaking things, designs of all kinds, home repairs, I even do costumes, cosplay, and props. Check out my channel and please subscribe because you never know what kind of quadcopter tips you're gonna see.